Hi guys, how are you doing? So thank you very much for joining me today. So this is Christelle. Thank you for joining me in this new episode of my Inspirations podcast. So this is a podcast about knitting and yarn dyeing. And if you are a returning viewer, thank you so much for joining me again. If you're new to the podcast, I hope you'll like it and that you will become a returning viewer. So you will find just below the screen the notes of the episode, so you just have to click on plus to see them. Very useful. So you have the detailed content with the time codes, and you have all the useful links to find me on the internet. So you have the Etsy shop where I sell my yarn. You have my Instagram profile, my website, and you have also the newsletter, which is very important because it's the best way to keep in touch with me. The newsletter is approximately sent once a week, and yeah, it's really the best way to keep in touch because I publish quite a lot on Instagram, but even if you're following me on Instagram, I mean, there is no guarantee that you're going to see what I publish, thanks to the algorithm, or because of the algorithm. So yeah, newsletter is really the best way to keep in touch, and when you subscribe, I'm offering you a free pattern for a free knitting pattern for a beautiful shawl. So yeah. Okay, I also wanted to thank you very much for using the Tricot hashtag on Instagram. It's really my pleasure to browse through it every week, even if this week it's been a bit complicated because we have had huge internet problems, and so I've not been as present as I would have been if everything was all right. Hopefully this will be resolved soon. This is not a good time to have internet problems and connection problems because my husband is working from home and I'm basically working from the internet, so yeah, it's not a good time. But you know, we keep going. We're using our mobile phones and the data from our mobiles, and yeah, fingers crossed it's going to be fixed soon. So today, what I'm going to talk to you about, it's been a crazy week. It's been a crazy week. Crazy with work, thanks to you guys, because in the last episode I introduced you to kits that I put together for the Never Not Gnoming pattern by Sarah Shearer, and you loved it. I mean, the kit sold out like in a few minutes. So I was really happy about that. Thank you so much. I know a lot of you couldn't get a kit, so I'm very sorry about that. I'm keeping on dyeing some more for you, and today I have some kits for Sarah Shearer's new adventure gnome mystery car that's starting on December 1st. And so I put together some kits, and they are in the shop right now because I'm updating the shop every week on Monday at the time at which the podcast goes live. So if you want to have a look, it's usually on Mondays between 2 and 5 p.m. that I update the shop, and the podcast goes live at 5 p.m. shop every Monday. So if you wanted to get a kit, my advice would be to just drop by on the shop, on the Etsy shop, sometime on Monday afternoon, and it should be there at 5 at the latest. It will be there. So I put together some kits for that mystery car. So I love mystery cars, and it's a mystery car for a gnome, so that's wonderful. So Sarah advised that you would need 4 colors, 4 minis basically, 1 light, 1 dark, and 2 in between. Preferably solids, semi-solids, or slightly speckled, but nothing too variegated. That being said, I thought it would be great to be using Crazy Witch for those kits. So you will find some kits that follow her guidelines with a dash of Crazy Witch thrown in between. So that's the first of the kits, and for that one I dyed several ones, and I'm going to, yeah, perfect. So you have Crazy Witch here, the natural undyed for the beard. There you have a beautiful red called Santa, because you know it's just the season. And this is Long Night because it's the season too. So this is the first of the kits. I have several one of this one, and then I put together another kit. This one is called the Dark Gnome, or the gnome from the dark side, because who doesn't love a crossover, right? Okay, so you have a beautiful purple that doesn't have a name yet. That is the new burgundy I showed you last week, and it's called Chinon, which is the name of a wine that I love. Undyed and Darker Things. I kind of dig this one. Yeah. An alternative gnome. I like it very much. I have several of those too in the shop. And then I had a bunch of minis in different colors, so you know it's kind of potluck gnome for you. There are several kits. One is more on the mauve and pink tones. This one is on with purple, a bit of variegated, undyed, and fury. There you have another one with some beautiful blue and fury and purple, and another one more on the neon side. I thought maybe I could, you know, do one with a fluorescent neon yellow beard, but I don't know if the world is ready for this. Sorry, I'm a bit silly tonight, but it's been a long week and it's Friday evening. Okay, so yeah, because it's been a crazy week, I'm not showing you anything knitted really, because I didn't have the time, and the only thing on which I made some progress is a secret pattern that will go out at the end of the month, so I cannot show it to you. But what I did and can show you. Oh, I'm going to show you just for the, you know, eye candy. This is Olaf, the gnome from Never Not Gnoming that I knitted last week, that you loved. So I'm sorry, I'm having troubles with the autofocus. Okay. Hey, he's here. So I started knitting him a little, you know, a little pal. This is my Gnome of the Dunes kit. This is Hebrides. I'm going to knit the body with tarnished rose gold. Sorry. And the beard is going to be a nutmeg. And I think it's going to be very cute. So that's the only thing that I knitted this week that I can show you. So this is a podcast about yarn dyeing mainly this week. So what's new in the shop? Well, you have a big restock on Crazy Witch, on Silk Kit Fluff here, on MCN, Lurex and Stellina. Beautiful lineup. I really love this colorway. You will also find this new purple that doesn't have a name yet, which you can see here as blue undertones. That colorway is really interesting because I was a bit wild with the colors, and then after the cooking everything melted together and there is a beautiful harmony to this skin. There was even splashes of red, bright red. I think you can see them here. It's beautiful with a lot of depth. I love that colorway very much. I don't know what I'm going to name it yet. Then I want to show you Chinon on different bases, and that colorway is totally gorgeous. Completely saturated. It's on yak sock and on tweed, and on tweed it's gorgeous. I just want to cast on immediately for a pair of socks. This one, if I had 8 arms. Okay, then you have Senta, again on different bases, so it's not as bright as the mini you saw in the first Gnome kit, because those bases are not white to start with. This one is grey, it's yak sock, and the tweed is a bit on the grey side as well. So that's beautiful. This is Mon Beau Sapin, which is actually to me the perfect colorway for the season of Christmas. And I've just bought the you know, Jamie Oliver Christmas cookbook, and on the first pages he's sporting a beautiful cardigan knitted in that very shade of green on it's a tweed base. I think I'm going to try and put a picture here, and I mean, it's gorgeous. I so want to knit myself a sweater, a Christmas sweater or a Christmas cardigan in that color and that base. It's lovely. And the last thing I wanted to show you is this beauty. This is on silk kit fluff. So and this is the most magical of colorways, because to start with, this is dyed with green and red. And this is the living proof that when you mix 2 colors opposite on the color wheel, you get a neutral, because you don't see a trace of the original colors there. It's gray, and it's a beautiful purple gray, and that's completely incredible that when you mix green and red, you get this. So this is a colorway that I'm not able to reproduce as it is. Each time I'm dyeing this colorway, I'm very thorough on the dosage and the I mean all the parameters, and it never comes out the same. So I mean, I've dyed these colorways a dozen of times, and it's never the same. Sometimes I've even have to change the name to reflect the changes. But basically, so you know, Vert de Gris, Ensorcelé and Fairy Ring are 3 different iterations of the same dye mix. I might have to find a 4th name for this one, but I think it's close to Ensorcelé. Okay, so that's what I wanted to share with you today. Oh, and also I wanted to tell you that there are lovely things in the shop as well. If you want to knit yourself a love note, I have 3 kits in quantities sufficient to knit even the largest size. So you have this gorgeousness that's Hello on Merino silk and yak and mohair and silk, and this is really a beautiful colorway, Hello. And if I had the 8 arms we've just talked about, I would cast them for another one. You have also Fury on my single base, 100% superwash merino, extra fine superwash merino, together with mohair and silk. Gorgeous base as well. And one that is very delicate, it's Sweetie on merino single and mohair and silk. Again, beautiful. And the last thing I wanted to show you up in the shop is, you know, the kits for the shawl. You can see just up here. It's the stillness shawl. And my favorite one is this one. It's Hello, again. Hello, Chocolate Fudge and Cutie Fox. Oh, cute Foxy, cute Foxy. And yeah, if I had those arms, I'd need another stillness like this and a love knot like this, and I would wear them together. I would definitely. Okay, so that's it for the new yarn in the shop this week. So again, thank you so much for all your purchases. I've sent a couple of orders to the US. I've sent some orders to some countries in Europe. So I'm very happy to have you. Thank you so much. I hope that you like the fact that the internal shipping rates have been decreased. So I think you're liking it, because I mean I'm seeing a lot of more and more orders from different countries. So that's so cool. Thank you so much. Thank you guys. Also brand new in the shop, and I'm so excited. Sorry, I'm like a child about this, but I'm so happy to have her in the shop. I've had a huge crush on Emma Ball. You can see one of her tote bag here. It's in the series Sheep in Sweaters. And I bought one from, if you remember, I bought one from the Shetland Times library, so directly from Lerwick. And I mean, I searched a bit online. I saw that, I mean, Emma Ball is quite a big brand in the UK. I got in touch with them and I became a stockist. So from now on, you can find some Emma Ball products in my shop, and I'm so proud and happy to be able to offer you this. So you can find the one that started it all. The tote bag, it's not a stash, it's insulation, and that's the Sheep in Sweaters series. I love them, especially that guy. And because I love especially that guy, I took another one just for him, and it reads, knitting is my happy place, and that's completely true. Knitting is definitely my happy place. So the bags are very beautiful. The canvas is quite firm, and it's very roomy. I mean, you could stash like, I don't know, like 20 skeins in there easily. So that's the first two products that I bought for you guys, but I didn't stop there. There are some project bags in the shop, because that series of Emma Ball is I think designed with knitters in mind. So you find some beautiful pouches like this, so you can fit I'd say a 2-skein project in there. So my friend is poking his head out. Yes, we're talking about you. Okay, so you have this beautiful pouch, and for all the pouches I'm going to show you, the inside lining is beautiful red knit stitches. So you have this one, you have that one. It's really big. It's enough for a sweater. You have a handle here, and it's a drawstring bag. It's lovely, and it's the same lining with the stitches, the knit stitches. And then you will find also the little pouch, the Notion pouch. Then I took some little boxes, tin boxes. So you have this one, to stash your notions. And you have also the tiny one here that I used to store what? Stitch markers! Yeah! There are some stitch markers, so you'll find in the shop these stitch markers. You have my friend here, my favorite one. Okay, but he's not alone. You have this little guy in green as well, and this little guy in blue. And those are sold by, you have 6 of them. And I think they fit perfectly in that little tin. Then in the shop as well, I think there will be an aimable section in the shop for you to find everything more easily. There are pins. So happy. And a needle gauge. So cute. You'll find also 2 notebooks. This one is especially made for knitters. It's great. It's lined. Well, you have lines and grid with something to, you know, take notes for your patterns, the gauge, and you have useful information in the cover. That's pretty cool. Pretty cool. You have something to, if you wish to, you know, do a bit of coloring. I don't know if you can see. Oh, come on. Yes, color me in. It's the stitch pattern. This is a soft cover, and this is hardcover. Well, semi-hardcover, with the beautiful art inside, and it's lined. I love everything stationary like this, and with sheep and sweaters, I mean, what's not to love? Okay, so I took also some little, you know, cards, because I love the art, and it's always, if you want to frame them, for example, or send them to a friend. I took the group photo, the group picture, and my friend here, the ran. And for the tea lovers, well, that was a coordinated mug, but it was out of stock, unfortunately. But as soon as it's back in stock, I will buy some for you. And yeah, you have this useful little thingy. I don't know the name, but it's very practical. And coasters, you know, for your tea time, your knitting tea time. And I guess that's it. I've shown you all. Yes, I've shown you all. So aimable in the shop, guys. Yes, I'm so happy. Okay, and the last thing I wanted to show you, but I won't try to show you up close because I've tried for the French version and my camera won't have it. She doesn't want to focus. So I'm just going to put some pictures here, but I have some Christmassy markers in the shop. You have tiny Christmas trees in 5 different colors. It's really lovely. You have 2 sets of 5 stitch markers, Christmas themed stitch markers. So you have Santa with everything that goes with Santa, like the presents, the stocking, is a sleigh, the Christmas tree. Then you have other things for Christmas like snowman, the angel, the mittens, the wreath, and you have snowflakes, gorgeous snowflakes. And also in the shop you will find this little, just the one little dancing snowman. So yeah, I don't know why it won't focus. The autofocus won't focus on the stitch markers. I don't know what I should read into that, if there is something to read or not, but it doesn't want to focus. So yeah, so a podcast this week that is a bit lighter on the knitting, but you see, for the shop update, it's super cool. I'm really happy about all that. I hope you love it. If you love the sheep in sweaters, know that she has also puffins in sweaters. Those are particularly cute as well, so if you love the sheep in sweaters, I might order some more and add the puffins in sweaters as well. But yeah, it's so cool. So thank you very much for watching me, and I'll see you next week. Cheers, bye bye.